One of the things that I've noticed over and over again is the hardest thing to get a handle on is the panic. That intense chronic fear.
The number of cases is thought to be doubling every few days.
The things that we're feeding people emotionally about this disease are much more deadly than the disease itself.
But the World Health Organization says it still doesn't amount to a pandemic.
Good evening, colleagues. Welcome to this technical briefing on the novel coronavirus. We're going to spend the next hour. You're going to hear from some of, as well as the Director General, you're going to hear from some of our technical leads in this area.
I come from a drinking family. I come from a Punjabi family. Then I started working. When I was in a job, I realized if you're drinking with your boss, always stay 2 pegs behind him. Not out of respect.
Our correspondent John Sudworth has the latest from Beijing.
State media using images like these to reinforce a message. China's getting things under control.
You know, the first time I had whiskey, I was 15 years old. Don't judge me. Judge my elder brother. So I remember I was 15, my brother was 18. One day he came to me and he's like, whiskey piyega? On the rocks. On the rocks. Now he was drunk and he was going to drive us back home. And I'm thinking there's nothing worse than your father drunk and driving. But then I realized there is one thing worse than your father drunk and driving. And that's your father's favorite song playing on the radio when he's drunk and driving. So my father at that time had a major crush on Sridevi. God bless her soul. Sridevi was a superstar at that time. And my father had a major...
But the deserted airports and cancelled flights show its fear that seems to be winning. Now the UK, along with Germany, France and New Zealand, are advising those who can to leave. It's prompted some to try to bring their flights forward.
Master, am I ready? No. Window seat or aisle?
This is Wenzhou, more than 500 miles from Wuhan. Residents kept indoors, transport shut down. These scenes are driving fears in foreign capitals that the virus may not be contained.
Are you trying to cut in line?
China's fighting on, but with so much still unknown about this virus, the international community isn't taking any chances. John Sudworth, BBC News, Beijing.
If there's no epidemic, then there's no need for the massive enterprise built up around the AIDS epidemic.
Now, Hong Kong has recorded its first death from the coronavirus outbreak.
Huashen Hospital, built from scratch in just 2 weeks, received its first patients on Tuesday. The World Health Organization confirmed that clinical trials are underway to test if antiretroviral drugs, the type used to treat HIV, could be effective in tackling the virus. Hyundai announced it is to suspend its South Korea production as the virus hits their supply chain in China. Macau announced it will temporarily close down all casinos, cutting off the lifeblood of the city's economy. The flu-like virus has now spread to approximately 24 nations, sparking fears for global economic growth and rattling markets. Shanghai's stock index lost some $400 billion in market value on Monday. And as the markets plunge, the death toll continues to rise. Celia Hatton, BBC News.
Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies?
A media circus. They want you to know Ebola has arrived.